Today is a wonderful day for us at Loyola Academy. We're going to celebrate the first Kairos all the way to the 200th Kairos. We've invited all students who've been on Kairos, their families, alumni, their families. Just a chance for us to give thanks on what Kairos really is and what it's meant to each one of us individually and more importantly as a community.
At some point in your story, you heard the call, the cajoling to go on Kairos. On what? On Kairos, the cult thing. And in whatever state you were in at that moment, your heart was full of expectation, maybe not for the Kairos itself, but for your life. And whether you could have articulated it yourself at that moment, you were looking for something. You were longing for something, some more, some magis.
I'm Joe Cushing, Loyola alum from the class of 1981. I was one of the people who ventured out to go on the first Kairos. Our group, the ones who initiated and chose to go, may have been the most energized spiritually. Certainly we were curious. Faith is the most crucial force behind our beliefs, regardless of how you pray or practice your religion. So I commend you for being here with some purpose, whether it's to inject a little positive energy into our hearts, or work your way through a difficult year in need of a lift, or needing a boost in your faith and goodness with this group of people who at one point in time in the last 34 years went off to a Kairos retreat.
The first one of my family went on Kairos in '97, and so it's such a tradition in my family. So it's so cool to be a part of Kairos 200 and be leading that experience for others.
The best decision I've made at Loyola is going on Kairos. I learned so much in those 3.5 days. I learned how to get closer to God, and I was also reminded that everyone matters and everyone has their own stories.
Kairos comes from the Greek word kairos, which means God's time. And for me, it was really a time to just kind of reflect on my past 3 years and kind of see where I'm going, where God is in my life.
We went looking for something on retreat. And what we found was what those three magi found. Hope stirred anew, a deeper appreciation of humanity and community, compassion.
For me, was like a life-changing experience where I met my closest friends are from my Kairos group, and it was something that's so special, and it really made my Loyola experience concrete.
It is outstanding to know that the retreat is still going. There is a little bit of a mystery and a privacy aspect, and the fact that it still has that allure and that feeling of newness to people.
For me, this 200 Kairos Mass, I feel like it's kind of me being part of something way bigger than myself. It's me being part of a community, being part of Loyola, it's being part of the Loyola tradition. I think that's really special.
And the reason we're here, and the reason this school exists, is because we still believe that God wants to be born again and again as hope and as light and as life. And that your task, your job and my job, your vocation, your calling, our shared mission is to step out into the next best step of the journey as the bearers of that light and hope.
And to think over 6,000 Loyola Academy students have been on the Kairos retreat. It's a wonderful, wonderful example of how powerful the Loyola Academy community is.
Today we've come to give thanks for the journey, to pray for the continuation, pray that we might have hearts full of love. Thanks be to God for the gift of Kairos.